On today's Political Dugouts Dinner and Debate.
Young people that were 5 minutes late to school were getting caught up in the juvenile justice system.
Do you remember a time, a homemade apple pie, big cars, and baseball? You know, when we used to work together. This man hasn't lost sight of that dream. 35-year political veteran Jim Dantona is on a mission with Political Dugouts Dinner and Debate. Because no matter what side you're on, one thing always brings people together. No, not that. Food. We're serving up politics and cannoli to the winning debate. And me? I'm just here for the dessert. Here on the Political Dugouts Dinner and Debate, we've had some heated discussions.
The record of deceit and violations is surpassed by no one.
I'm not going to vote for somebody I don't want to win.
Wait, I've got a second question here. But sometimes we just want to highlight individuals who have done great things in their community. So today we're treating Michael De La Rocha to a rebuttal-free dinner, and we learn more about this musician and community activist, much like his cousin Zach De La Rocha of Rage Against the Machine. Part 1 and 2, we discuss Los Angeles Police Department's truancy laws and how in this country we're spending more money on juvenile hall than we are on college tuition.
These are our debaters and where they stand on the political spectrum. Sitting to our right is a moderate Democrat, his 35-year political veteran, and our host, Jim Dantona. To the left, musician, community activist, and juvenile justice legislative deputy, Michael De La Rocha.
I love this guy, Michael De La Rocha. This is what's so cool. Can you zoom in on his rings and his? Okay, so he wears a tie and a suit, City Hall, because he's a juvenile justice deputy during the day, and blasts it out at night. And he's a musician, right? But did you wear this stuff when you were?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, I definitely had. I now wear a pinky ring, but I didn't wear it to the show tonight. I might wear it next time, but Italians tend to wear pinky rings.
Thank you. Well,
Just a
I
pinky.
got
He's got two pinky rings. He's outdone me by 4 rings. Absolutely.
But you know what? There's really nothing to debate here because this guy is gold. Michael De La Rocha. He is a community activist. I've known him for a very, very long time, and he's a dear, dear friend of mine. I can't say enough about him. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and he works a lot on juvenile justice. And I have to play a video that I found to basically highlight just how money you really are now.
All right. Sounds good.
What's up, National Youth Summit? So I just want to share a couple of words. When the marching band came out, I actually got really teary-eyed back there because despite the conditions going on in America, I genuinely am inspired by all of you.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah. So how many people did you have there?
There was around 800 young people from all throughout the country, as well as senior staff, Secretary of Education. It was really a unique moment in time where young people got to directly address policymakers in terms of, from our perspective, this is how we would fix our broken education system. So, yeah.
LAUSD had a daytime curfew where if you were late to school, whether it was 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, LAPD could give you a ticket that could cost up to $800. But it seems as though the Los Angeles City Council, in the name of rehabilitation, decided to do something different. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the City Council did something historic, which is they changed their daytime curfew truancy laws. They were seeing that young people that were 5 minutes late to school were getting caught up in the juvenile justice system by getting these tickets where them and their parent guardian had missed a day of school and work to go deal with these issues. And honor roll students that the bus was late, students taking their siblings to school that all intents and purposes had a backpack and wanted to get an education, and were getting cited by police officers. So the LA City Council voted to change the law. The first 3 times you get cited, you actually go to a counselor, find out what's the root issue of why you're late to school. And after that, you can get $20 citation plus whatever the court wants to do with you. But the real issue is that young people are not going to be served. For me, being late to school is a student attendance issue, not a criminal justice issue. And so I think what the City Council did was admirable because they're stopping the school to prison pipeline that we have in America right now.
That's interesting, school to prison pipeline. And Jim and I talked a little bit about that before. It's really a new paradigm shift in the way that we think of, oh, we have to be tough on crime.
Sure.
But being in politics as long as you have, it's always been, no, we have to have more handcuffs and we have to be tough on crime. And you're seeing the shift.
When I first came out of college, I was a teacher.
Wow.
So I was a teacher for 5 years, actually. Got my elementary credential, and actually taught in an area that was underserved. It was St. Ferdinand's, with a lot of folks who really couldn't afford a whole lot. And obviously the answer to the truancy issue is not a matter of whether or not someone's late and now let's give them a fine, which by the way they can't pay anyways.
Right.
So that means they want to hide more than they did before. But it's about how do we get to the root problem about, why are you late? Money's not going to be the issue. Now, having said that, let me also back up by saying I came from a pretty Italian-American family that believed you had certain responsibilities. Now, if those truancy issues are just about laziness, if those truancy issues are about potential gang problems or whatever it might be, then I think there should be other consequences. I don't think they should be financial, though. I think that maybe that would be a part of counseling, as well as maybe some work in the community. So people learn that you have responsibilities. You have a job, you go to the job.
Right.
If you don't go to the job, you don't get paid.
Yeah, I definitely think a sense of accountability, like you're talking about, around the lines of community service or counseling is always, because young people want structure. If we don't provide them structure, then that's when they start acting up. And I think we, unfortunately, as a society, have given the wrong kind of structure, which is a prison, which is a cage.
Well, this isn't as good as cannoli, is it, Paul?
Nothing is as good as cannoli.
Thank you very much. I like
You're so
that. Paul,
Italian.
he's so good. Paul is so good.
Italian. The food here is incredible. All Argentinian.
Come on now.
Forget about the
You
dessert.
can't. I don't.
2 Argentinian crepes filled with dulce de leche. It's dessert cream, bananas, and homemade vanilla ice cream.
For more of today's featured dessert, debate, and recipes, go to politicaldugout.com. On the next episode of Political Dugout's Dinner and Debate.
And once we found out the data that 47,000 tickets were given out in about 4 to 5 years, and that they were targeting low-income communities.
Stay tuned and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking right here and automatically be entered to win a gourmet dinner for 2. But it's BYOD, that's bring your own debate.